We have some great news for Love Simon fans. HBO Max is finally here. We got some royal family drama plus so much more.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Shared News. We got a lot to talk about today, but before we get into it all, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our updates. We're back at it again. I'm Renee Ariel. I'm with the work wife, Fiona Zaring.
Hello.
And in case you needed a reminder of how much richer the Kardashians are than us, we got you covered because Khloe Kardashian is selling her mansion. It said house in the article, but let's be honest, it's a mansion. So an e-news source said Khloe is selling her house and moving into a bigger home. It's a good opportunity for her to make a nice profit. She spent a lot of time remodeling and it is beautiful and ready to sell. It makes sense for her to move on and move up right now. In case you're wondering, it makes sense for her to move on and move up right now. So basically, in case you guys don't know, Khloe bought this house from the Beebs back in 2014. She bought it for $7.2 million, and she is now selling it for almost $19 million. So she definitely upgraded it. But here's my beef with this whole story. Moving sucks. Like, moving is one of the worst things in the world, and this is coming from someone that only really moved twice, once to LA and then once from one apartment to the other, and it was going from a studio apartment to a one-bedroom. Imagine moving from one mansion to a bigger mansion. How long does that take? Is it super stressful? Is she just asking people and telling people to, like, move stuff around? But we're also in a pandemic, so I just have so many questions about all the moving parts.
I mean, you're right. I can't even imagine how many teams of people it takes to organize a Kardashian move. I mean, the closet alone would, I feel like, take at least 10 people to pack up. But you know what? I'm happy for her. She's moving on. She's moving up to a level that most of us can't even imagine living at. And I feel like she deserves it because all things considered, she's had kind of a rough year. So onward and upward for Khloe. I am here for it. And I cannot wait to see how this new mansion is nicer than the mansion we have been seeing, because
I know,
I have to say, I've been pretty impressed with the one she's currently got. So I can't wait to see what's coming next.
Yeah, I saw photos of her mansion and almost threw up. It's so nice. And I'm like, where is she moving? Like, what do you go from, like, I'm selling my $19 million home to go to what? Are you buying an island? Like, where are you going? Whatever. Anyways, moving on, still on the Khloe topic, because not only is she moving up in her mansions situation, she's also completely switched up her look. Fans are actually freaking out because she posted some new photos, including this one on her Instagram with, I think, a pretty genius caption. It said, "Location under bitch's skin." Honestly, props to Khloe. I laughed at that one. Anyways, fans are freaking out because she looks super different from the Khloe we knew a few years ago. One fan wrote, "So much cosmetic work being done. I don't recognize Khloe anymore, and you are my fave." Another simply wrote, "I don't recognize her." A bunch of fans were doing before and after photos, and not even one photo versus another. They were showing the evolution of Khloe and how her looks have changed over the years, which if you look at these photos, it is quite significant. The thing is, all of the Kardashians have had their upgrade. I don't want to say their upgrade because I think they were beautiful before and after, but they've all completely switched up their looks. Every one of them, except maybe Kourtney and Kendall. Kendall hasn't switched up her look too much. So I get it. I don't know if would you say Khloe is the Kardashian that's had the most significant of a change? Or do you think it's just being noticed now because she posted these new photos that are obviously different?
You know, it's hard to say. I have to say, I was on TikTok the other day, and I don't know who posted it or what it was, but it was a really, really early, season 1 clip of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And I was taken aback by how different Kim looked in all departments. So I think they've all had a decent visual evolution, shall we call it. But like part of that is just aging. Part of that is training, makeup, etc. I will give them that when they say like, no, I'm just contouring differently. Like that totally does make an impact. But when you look at the transformations, especially when people edit together those sort of evolution photos, like there is clearly a massive change. The thing that's really standing out to me in this Khloe one, and I'm just going off of my own gut reaction, her eyes looked really different to me, like shape-wise. I don't know how you creatively mess with that. Her eyes stood out as different. She also has never been one to be super tan before, and clearly she's really bronzed up in this. So I have to say it is a huge transformation. I wonder if her caption was sort of a nod to the fact that like, she knew people were going to talk about how different she looked. I don't know about you. I've always said, like, you want to change your whole face, then change your whole face. It's not my face. Change your face. Make sure you're happy with your appearance and then go for it. So as long as she's loving the way she looks, I'm all here for it. I do think she looked great in that photo. But again, when you're this famous and when you're a Kardashian, if you change your appearance, we're going to talk about it. So I'm just curious. I would just love if she did get some work done. I would just love to know what she did because I'm fascinated.
Exactly. That's what makes me crazy. These celebrities like get. I think the eye thing, by the way, I think I do know what it is because Naz, actually, who we used to work with, she told me about how you can like thread your eyes back to change it. Honestly, it made me want to like vomit because it sounds like eye stuff really freaks me out. So like I can't handle it. But apparently, you can like change your eye shape, and all the Kardashians did it supposedly. But I'm so annoyed that like we're living in a day and age where like we can be honest about like crazy things we do and like things that the drama in our life, but celebrities can't own up to their plastic surgery. I want to know. It could help so many people out there that just want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. I just want to know what you did to your face, how much you did to your face. Honestly, how much it costs because I'm curious and I'm quarantined and I have nothing better to do. I want to know these things and I'm sick of them being like, it's just like, I use this cream. Like, no, you don't use a cream, Khloe. You got cut under a light by a surgeon and changed stuff. Don't lie to me. I'm not stupid. I've been keeping up with the Kardashians long enough to know better than that.
Exactly. I totally agree. Moving on from the Kardashians, because I mean, think about the Kylie Jenner lip journey, okay? Like it's going to take a long time probably to find out exactly what happened. But we just got a Royals update, and in a very rare move, the palace actually came forward to shut down some rumors, which they don't do very often. So basically, a false report was released that Kate Middleton is feeling exhausted. I think you say it, Tatler magazine article claimed she was feeling exhausted after Harry and Meghan's exit. The article said a friend of Kate's said, quote, sorry. The article claimed a friend of Kate said, quote, Kate is furious about the larger workload. Of course, she's smiling and dressing appropriately, but she doesn't want this. She feels exhausted and trapped. She's working as hard as a top CEO who has to be wheeled out all the time without the benefits of boundaries and plenty of holidays. This friend also commented on Harry and Meghan's exit, saying, quote, Meghan and Harry have been so selfish. William and Catherine really wanted to be hands-on parents. The Sussexes have effectively thrown their 3 children under a bus. There goes their morning school runs, as the responsibilities on them are now enormous. So whoever this friend is had some very powerful words. I think it's always a little bit more believable when magazines or tabloids quote someone as a friend as opposed to a source. It, for some reason, just flipping that word around adds a little extra weight. And these were some really serious allegations, and the palace stepped forward and their spokesperson actually shut it all down, which again is pretty rare. They don't typically stoop to the level of rumors, but these were pretty aggressive. And with everything going on with Meghan and Harry, I think this was like a smart move on their end. The spokesperson said, quote, this story contains a swath of inaccuracies and false misrepresentations which were not put to Kensington Palace prior to publication. So basically they're saying they were not given the chance to comment or clarify or correct any of these allegations. What's really interesting is the editor-in-chief of the magazine issued a response to the response, standing by their article. He responded saying, quote, Kensington Palace knew we were running the Catherine the Great cover months ago, and we asked them to work together on it. The fact that they are denying they ever knew is categorically false. Now, I don't know about you, but the way I took that quote is that these individual comments from the source were not run by the palace. They weren't given a chance to respond or to say, Kate doesn't really feel that way. In my eyes, the way I interpret this is the magazine said, hey, we're going to run a cover with Kate on it. You want in? Can we get an interview? And they were like, no, and didn't respond. That doesn't mean that they were run all these quotes by them and they were like, yes, this is great reporting. This is all true. So again, I think the world of the royals is super messy. We talked about it before, the way the British press and the American press sort of put things through different lenses. So all in all, I hope there's no truth to the story. I hope that Kate and William are thriving. And I really would love to see a world where we're not constantly wondering if there's this big overarching feud going on. But what are your thoughts? I mean, those were some powerful statements. Do you think there's any truth to them?
It's hard to say because I feel like nowadays it's hard to know what sources to trust. I know that there are some outlets that will honestly just make stuff up and call it a source, and the source will be someone that has no idea what's going on. But when they say it's a friend, it really makes you wonder, was it a friend? And if so, are they telling the truth? Are they that close with the family? Like, I don't know. I have a lot of questions. It's hard to say. And I think that it does say one thing when the editor-in-chief is like standing by the article, because it makes you wonder, maybe the royal family is just trying to cover their butts, or maybe the editor-in-chief just thinks what they publish is the real deal. I don't know. It's hard to say. Lots of drama, a lot more drama than what's ever gone on in my life, ever. But I really, for the sake of the family, like I really hope it's not true.
Same. I mean, you said it best. Just because the palace has responded, that doesn't mean full stop that their response is the truth. I tend to like to lean on the side of the palace because I love the royals and all that jazz. But I'm curious to see if this story will continue to develop, if there will be any more of a response, if the magazine will retaliate in any way and publish something else. Very, very curious to see how it plays out. In completely other news, I'm also very curious about what's coming up with Love, Simon.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. First of all, Love, Simon is starring my biggest crush ever, Nick Robinson. I think he's so cute. And great film, great coming-of-age film about a boy, Nick Robinson, known as Simon, who is outed in the movie for being gay. And Love, Simon is now coming out with a Hulu sequel series. So essentially it takes place in the same world as Love, Simon, but it's going to be called Love, Victor, and it's starring a boy named Victor, a newly enrolled student at Creekwood High School who is embarking on his path to self-discovery while exploring his sexuality. So he's figuring out who he is, what he's into, and I guess in the series, he's going to seek help from Simon. I don't know if Simon will be in it. He wasn't in the trailer. We got the first look at the show on Tuesday, so we didn't see Nick in the trailer. I didn't see Nick in the trailer, but who knows? Maybe he could be out there. But you guys, the show is coming out on June 19th, and it will have 10 episodes. It's going to be dropping on Hulu. I'm super stoked for this because Love, Simon was one of my favorite movies the year it came out. I thought it was super clever, funny, an important story to be told. I loved everything about it. I thought the acting was great. I loved the characters. Everything about this movie I thought was so well done. It is based on a book, a novel. So I trust everyone that was behind the Love, Simon project enough to believe that Love, Victor will be a really great show. And I love the idea of it going from a movie into a TV series. So we really get to divulge more into characters, into like subplots and everything. So I'm here for it. What about you? Are you excited?
I am so excited. I was late to the Love Simon party, so I'm a new fan, and I'm like really, really happy that it's found a home at Hulu, that we're going to get another look at it. I couldn't agree more. I trust the people doing it so much. So I'm just excited for more good TV. And on the more good TV note, can we just get to the point and talk about the fact that Friends is back?
Finally.
Oh my God. I know you're with me. It has been such a devastating time not having access to stream Friends. But I guess the real news is HBO Max is out now. I just take it as Friends is back and the world is right again. But HBO Max is out now, and there is 10,000 hours of content readily available. So if you have HBO Max, you're thinking about getting it, there is a lot of great stuff. Obviously, it includes the entire HBO service. So that means like all of their premium originals that you always hear people raving about, like Westworld, Big Little Lies, Game of Thrones, Sex and the City, Veep, The Wire, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, I could go on. All of those amazing HBO shows that you've probably already binged or been waiting to binge, they'll be on there. So that's pretty exciting. And then, as if that wasn't exciting enough, they've got entire libraries of shows like Friends, The Big Bang Theory, Doctor Who, The Bachelor, The OC, and Pretty Little Liars. So everyone bored in quarantine, a whole new world just opened up for us. Renee,
seriously,
being the Bachelor fan you are, would you binge the entire Bachelor now that it's available?
Honestly, I was excited about HBO Max because I needed a platform to watch Friends on again, obviously, after it left Netflix, RIP. But when I heard that the entire Bachelor franchise was going to be on HBO Max, I nearly lost it because it is very hard, and Bachelor Nation, like, I know you feel me on this, it's very hard to watch past seasons. Obviously, they're having this like special in June where we are going to be able to like binge whole seasons in one night. Totally here for it. I will be doing that. But in the past, when I've like missed certain seasons that were super iconic, I've wanted to watch them. It's been super difficult. Now, I will have all of the seasons on a not sketchy site that might give my computer a virus, and all the time in the world to watch it because I'm quarantined at my parents'. I am here for this. This was a game changer. I love, love, love The Bachelor. On top of that, Pretty Little Liars. Does it get to a point where it's not as great and the writers seem to have given up? Yes. But will I probably rewatch the whole thing? Absolutely. I have the time to. So I'm here for all of these shows. I think that this platform is going to be quite the competition for other streaming services like Netflix, because listen to me, Netflix usually has like everything that you would want to binge on it, right? Like we sometimes binge things on Hulu. I will be binging Love, Victor, but like for the most part, everything we want to binge is on Netflix. I think HBO Max, considering that they're going to have shows from other networks, is going to be a huge competitor for the first time since Netflix dropped.
I totally agree. I think it's going to be a huge competitor for Netflix because there are also going to be some CW shows available to binge on HBO Max. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Riverdale and some popular CW shows have only been available to binge on Netflix up until this point. So we're going to have Batwoman, Nancy Drew, Katie Keene, the first season of DC's Doom Patrol, like some really good CW content is going to be on there. And then, of course, in addition to all of this, they're going to have original programming, just like Apple, just like Netflix. We're getting some great original shows. The scripted comedy Love Life with Anna Kendrick is coming on there. Craftopia, hosted by YouTube's Lord DIY. And for some cartoon fans, the Looney Tunes are getting a whole new refresh from Warner Brothers, which is pretty cool. I know, right? Like some really interesting stuff. And then obviously not all of the originals are premiering at once. So as we continue throughout the fall, we're going to get more, like that Friends reunion we're all so excited about that had to be put on hold due to this global pandemic. And then, of course, we've been talking about this, the Gossip Girl reboot. So that's going to be on HBO Max, not right away, but a little further down the line. 2,000 movies they've announced will be available within the first year, which is pretty crazy. And if you're a Harry Potter fan, right now, right this very second, all 8 Harry Potter films are available to watch on the service. So I would say this is a pretty strong one. Between Harry Potter, Friends, I'm in. I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm most excited, I think, for the Gossip Girl reboot. I loved Gossip Girl. I've actually rewatched it, I think, twice. And I'm so here for a reboot of that show. I think it's so, so good. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Very, very much here for it. But Fiona, I gotta ask you, what's going on with our girl Demi?
Our girl Demi is doing something so fabulous. Demi Lovato is joining forces with the Trevor Project to spread a powerful and inspiring message to the LGBTQ+ community. The Trevor Project just launched their 2020 Pride campaign, which is Pride is Everywhere. The idea of the campaign is it's a reminder to all LGBTQ+ people that Pride isn't going anywhere because Pride is everywhere, which is so clever, so amazing. So Demi has lent her voice to their campaign video. It's so amazing. Let's take a look.
You see people from all walks of life owning their power unapologetically and using it for those who need it.
So
That's
if you guys want to get involved in the fun, all you have to do, you use the Pride Everywhere filter. You can put them on your photos, post them on social media, share stories of how you pride in the world. And then they're asking everyone to use the hashtag Pride Everywhere. So really cool. I'm all here for this. I think it's amazing. And I'm so excited that Demi got involved.
Yeah, I'm so happy Demi got involved. And I love that, Pride Everywhere. I really, really think that's super catchy and just real because Pride is everywhere. So I'm here for it. But you guys, let us know what you guys think of Demi being involved in this. And on top of that, what are you most excited about with HBO Max? Is it the Gossip Girl reunion, reboot, not reunion? Is it the Friends reunion? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you want to keep up with all of us here at Shared News, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our updates. And if you want to keep up with me and Fiona, you can follow me at Renee Ariel on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and the TikTok. Fiona, where can they follow you?
You can find me on all of those same places at Fiona's Airing.
All right, you guys, we will see you back here next time.